Escape the hustle and bustle of the city. Go to the wilderness mountains and seas. A couple throws a lot of money. Acquired 100 acres of land in Utah. Hands-on, 2.5 years. Create a cozy and inviting haven. Lun, who is 32 years old this year, in the first 40 years of life, he and his wife have been living a sojourn. Tired of living a wandering life and depressing little RVs. The two have been frugal these years, finally saved enough money to buy a piece of land. The foundation was poured last month, and jade buried in a septic tank. Considering my lack of experience, today he specially called his cousin. The two first laid the sewage pipe, prepare for future free gliding. After testing for no leaks, connect the other end to the septic tank, since this part is ready to be used as a basement, so they had to put foam on the outside. Do basic moisture protection work for exterior walls. Then the excavator can be shaken and buried. We're done with concrete, pouring the ground without dead ends. And Lent's ambitions went beyond that. After all, the surrounding 100 acres of forest are their own. He also built the foundation of the garage next to it. The ground also needs to be hardened before the cement dries. Engrave the name and date on it. It's a souvenir for myself. At the end of a day's work, Lent will drive his own car. I'm walking through the streets of Utah. After the concrete is completely solidified, and the frames were spliced with square wood, determine the location of the basement entrance, and then we can fix the joists to the floor. As truckloads of lumber are brought in, let Lent's wallet also secretly cry. Fortunately, I have the help of my friends who are wronged. Saved a lot of labor costs for the young couple. Everyone else is working hard. My wife still has time to build blocks next to her. You can directly show the majesty of a man. This account will be settled with him in the evening. The most important thing at the moment is the construction of the wooden house. Super glue all over the frame. Seal the platform with an Osoni board. Then pick up the nail gun and fix it a little bit. Make sure there is no possibility of displacement of the board. After covering all the frames, Wheeler measures the width of the ground. Splice the square wood according to the size. Assemble the frame for the first wall. Considering the difficulty of construction, seal directly on the ground with plates. Then take the curve to cut it carefully. Cut the excess part flat. Then rely on the power of the crane. Extrude it from the ground. In order to prevent the entire frame from slapping the gorge, wooden beams have to be added to one side for support. At noon, Lent bought donuts for his friend. After all, eating people's mouths is short. He has to continue working in the afternoon. I saw that everyone continued to do the same. After splicing out the wall frame of the side room, mainly used as a storage room. Therefore, the overall area does not need to be very large. After reinforcing the connection with a nail gun, although the new home cannot be lived in yet, but it doesn't prevent Lent from moving their RV directly over. This also saves the trouble of daily commuting. Not to mention the beautiful scenery in the mountains. Living here is simply enjoyable. The next morning, after the two had a simple breakfast, he immediately threw himself back into the work. Considering the risk of directly building a two-tier framework is too high, Lent decided to do it in batches. Make the wall frame on the first floor first. Arrange the upper column frame chair support on one side. Then follow the previous method. Install joists for the upper floor, after sealing with plate, to proceed with the construction of the second floor. With previous experience, let people not care about the production of the frame, or the closure of the wall panels. It's much faster than before. With the help of good brothers, it only took 2 days. Completed the frame of the entire second floor. After installing all the wall panels, the next day, Lent bought a seatfill jar to fuel an indoor cooktop. Depending on the size, it will not be a problem to use it for 2 or 3 years. Because the beams on the roof are too heavy, it needs to be done with the help of a crane. But sometimes there are small interludes. The rope that bound the wooden beams suddenly loosened, hit the wall of the side room directly. Oh my god, it's just a broken board outside. The structure inside is not damaged. The most important thing is that no one was injured. It's been a blessing of misfortune. Learn the first lesson. Installing it again will go much smoother. Broken planks. He also repaired it for the first time. In the blink of an eye, winter is coming quietly. The entire jungle is covered in snow. When the weather clears up, to prevent the frame from being corroded by snow water, Lent immediately started the construction of the roof. The first is the installation of the pass-through. Considering that shipping wood is too cumbersome, he also bought a special elevator. Sure enough, the life of the rich is good. Finished installing the frame of the roof, then uniformly repair a flat head for the eaves. The weather forecast shows continuous snowfall in recent days, and they started laying planks. This step requires proper safety measures. If you are not careful, you will risk seeing tinea. The sky was clouded during the conversation. It looks like it could snow at any time. Fortunately, the roof was sealed in time. Also thanks to the great help of a few friends. To express gratitude, and Vin had them down for dinner. The next day it snowed heavily. I simply completed the closure of the roof yesterday. The interior was not affected at all. Considering the inconvenience of going up and down the stairs now, Lent is going to build the staircase first. After installing the staircase bracket, then cut the board to the appropriate length. Secure it firmly with a nail gun. You don't have to fly up and down the stairs in the future. The two of them were finally able to come to the second floor to take a look. While the weather outside improves, Lent starts waterproofing the roof with the help of a lift. The job was done in 2 hours. The window ordered the next day also just arrived. Thanks to the measured size. Just put sealant on the edge. It can be easily installed. With all the windows installed, it occurred to Lent that the roof of the wing was not finished. Fortunately, the overall area is not large. It will be done soon, together with the waterproof. But because of days of hard work, Lent's body showed signs of strike. He needs to take good care of himself for a few days. After a period of relaxation, Lent's health has improved. In order to move into a new home as soon as possible, he also put himself into work for the first time. The first is to install the small door. Make a good foundation for the interior. The bees also happen to be Christmas today. I spent the past year in an RV. This time I can finally celebrate in my own home. The next day, the two of them went to the local building materials market. He bought a lot of lumber for the house. The owner of the manufacturer is also a kind person. Delivered directly to Lent's door. This made him feel less distressed. There's even a sense of great value for money. In order to enjoy life better, the two are going to add a patio in front of the door. After installing the general frame, also paste a rubber pad to prevent skid. After laying a moisture-proof cloth on the surface, only then can the plate be used for sealing. Since this part is often exposed, preservative wood must be used for laying. Except the price is a little expensive. Nothing else is wrong. Due to personal safety concerns, I'm thinking of adding handrails to the stairs. The edge of the second floor should also be arranged with guardrails. Avoid accidentally flashing directly downstairs. And Lent fetch the planks. Cover the exposed part. The guardrail also needs to be closed. Then splice the frame with square wood. Divide the area on the second floor as a bedroom for two people in the future. Although the area is not large, but also have a separate bathroom. To achieve true freedom of gliding, the first floor should also be arranged to go to the toilet. You can squat as long as you want in the future. There will be no more forced faces. Then Lent brought in the fireplace. Placed at the corner near the stairs. Find the perpendicular position to the ceiling. After marking the location where the hole needs to be opened, you can cut with confidence and boldness. Then put on the rain cover. Prevent water from flowing into the room along the gap. As it gets colder outside, the melting snow has begun to freeze. It makes roofing very dangerous. Lent hurriedly installed the shallots. The rest of the job becomes easy. Just connect the interior part to the fireplace. As Lent lit the fire, it's getting warmer inside, thanks to the reserved interface in the basement. Just cut round holes in the top. Sewer pipes can be easily installed. Then continue to extend upwards. Connect to the toilet on the second floor. Also connect the kitchen drainage system. As long as every bit of true ability is in the body, it's impossible to do it so smoothly. Feed the pipes with water. After the test confirms that there is no problem, for the sake of their health, Lent installed a fresh air system in the basement. Not only can it play the role of internal and external circulation, it can also effectively filter out pollutants in the air. And then we attach frames to the basement walls. It is convenient to fill it with thermal insulation materials later. After the last illness incident, Lent now knows a lot about combining work and rest. So he called the wrong kind of friend. Let's enjoy the fun of winter skiing together. Finally, a delicious meal. The end of a short and happy day. The next day, the couple woke up from the RV. It's a silvery white world outside. The wooden house was also covered with thick snow. The white cleans the terrace first. Avoid looking down on the board after melting, due to the existence of gaps between each wall panel. It also needs to be filled with a styrofoam pulper. Take the ceiling effect of the wooden house to a higher level. Then Lent buys the water heater. They're going to put it in the basement. No matter how wide it is, it may not be able to get in, because the well was already drilled. Let the installation work go very smoothly. Then you can connect the pipeline, connect kitchens and bathrooms to water, etc. Finish it all. Lent couldn't wait to open the valve. Everything is working normally after testing. After there are no leaks, he drew the drawings in advance. Start combing the wiring inside the wooden house. Maybe it's because they've traveled around the world before. He's used to doing everything himself. This gives him a super hands-on ability, although it is a bit more complicated than hot and cold water pipes. But Lent does it just as well, entering the electric age with success. The water and electricity renovation of the wooden house has also come to an end. Due to the cold and long winters in Utah, and the average annual snowfall is high, indoor insulation is particularly important. So Lent decided to start in the side room. Fill the mountains in the wall with stretches. We all know this stuff is annoying, but in order to move in with my wife as soon as possible. So, he's just going to bite the bullet. In order not to waste any heat in the room, every stretch has to be carefully cut and fill it in to achieve a tight fit. Where thermal insulation cotton cannot be reached, it should also be carefully filled with styrofoam. At the same time, cover the outside with the top temperature part. It can increase the moisture-proof effect at the same time. It keeps the spongy fibers from floating around. And then along the edge of the frame, cut off the excess. Make sure the light can pass through the hull. Due to the height of the roof, shipping materials online can be very inconvenient. Therefore, due to the consideration of the difficulty of construction, Lent decided to fill it with styrofoam. Not only is it faster to operate, the key is that it is also very cheap in terms of price. Then I took this opportunity and sprayed the basement with styrofoam, but considering the comfort of living in winter, and he added a layer of plank to the exterior. In addition to making the thermal insulation effect better, the material itself is also highly flame retardant. It just makes up for the shortcomings of the wooden house not being fireproof. At the same time, wooden strips are fixed to the surface. Make room for future wall panel installation. In order to facilitate daily travel up and down, he's going to put more steps on the terrace. But because the ground is too soft, it needs to be poured with concrete first. Do a good job of basic hardening. Install the bracket after drying. Fix the wooden board as a countertop. In the past, the dog suffered from short legs. Now I can finally come and go freely. The next morning, Len bought drywall. I could tell he was very excited. After more than a year, it's finally time for interior decoration. And as the saying goes, good things come in pairs. There is also good news from the wife. Successfully contributed to Laolan's family. The news made both of them very happy. Let Lent work harder. It's just a brother who has suffered and helped. In order to give his wife peace of mind, I just came over to help. Now it has directly become the main force. Fortunately, the couple are not stingy people. I know today is my best friend's birthday. I even prepared a special gift for him. In addition to envious of their friendship, the sophistication of the world is understood by the two of them. Not only did you gain a full reputation, also unlock the free labor membership card by the way. Of course, put aside the fatigue brought by the work every day. We have to deal with federal housing inspections. Make sure every step meets building standards. Fortunately, there is no big problem as a whole. It's just some misalignment of the panels. This is great news for both of them. It meant they could keep building, since both spent the first 40 years traveling the world. Therefore, traveling has become their greatest hobby. And as the boulder in my heart slowly fell, the two also decided to go out for a good trip, to relieve the tension of nerves during this time. Travelers who are reluctant to say goodbye, they went back into the building, with the interior sealed with drywall. Also apply mortar to the boardroom. Do a good job of sewing for the wall. Fortunately, the area of the wooden house is not large. The 2 floors add up to less than 100 square meters. It was quickly completed by Len with ease. In order to reward the brothers who have worked hard, the two held a special outdoor Barbie haul. After all, I didn't take him on a trip a few days ago. Besides, I will need his help for future renovations. Wait until you are full, before the walls inside are dry. The two plan to fix the roof first. This color steel tile is not only lightweight and easy to install, the key is also very close to the people in terms of price. Even if it rains now, Lund was not afraid at all. In order to highlight the sense of hierarchy in the interior, the roof he's going to seal with planks. During this period, round holes need to be cut into the board. Reserve the base of the lamp, then install the lighting. With the help of good brothers, the roof of the wing was completed in no time. And then paint each plate. After drying, cover it on the wall that connects to the main house. Make it contrast with the ceiling. Sure enough, this kid still understands aesthetics. Maroon is paired with log color. It looks very advanced. Then Len protected the room. Avoid spraying the top coat everywhere. Due to the wife's pregnancy, the following content cannot be followed up and shot. But look at Len's soaked clothes. It must be hard to work in protective clothing. And when you see the finished product, the wife's mood is even more palpable. It's just the same as before. Not only is it more spacious and bright visually, Len also installed all the lamps. Even the toilets are painted waterproof. After learning the news of my son's house construction, the old couple are happy. Also gave Len a complete set of cabinets and household appliances such as refrigerators as congratulatory gifts. Just solve the urgent needs of the young couple. Although you still need to assemble it yourself. But this job is in front of Lent. It's like building blocks. With the installation of customized countertops, the kitchen is finished. Although the propane tank was pre-purchased in advance, but just in case, connecting gas works. Still have to leave it to a professional to do it. And Len, who tasted the sweetness. The roof is still closed with wooden panels. This also echoes the lateral intersection. Toilets are synonymous with humidity. The waterproofing of the ground must be in place, in addition to the need to lay moisture-proof mats. After that, we have to arrange the floor heating. It not only makes bathing more comfortable in winter, it also accelerates the evaporation of water from the ground. Finally apply the cement. Paste the waterproof tiles on. Fix the gaps with clips. Avoid the possibility of tile displacement. It works the same way on the walls. In order to complete the toilet renovation as soon as possible. Until the night, Lent was still burning the night lights. He strives for perfection in every tile. Make a beautiful seam on the wall the next day. Fill the gaps between the tiles with mortar. Then just bring the toilet. Install the shower. And finally, pull the curtain on privacy. The bathroom on the second floor is all done. Out of a little bit of aesthetic requirements, the wife suggested painting the toilet on the first floor green. I can see that Lent is very concerned about this. But so far it can only be done. You just do exactly the same thing. Put waterproof tiles on the first floor. Do each job the next day. Then you can install the toilet. And in addition to the daily gliding, a full set of laundry facilities is also arranged at the other end. Lent won't have to do the laundry himself in the future, in order to make the overall mix more harmonious. Even the cabinets have to be the same color. And finally, the mirrors and the lights. The moment the lights are turned on, even a 5-star hotel is just that. The renovation of the toilet is completed. It's time to floor the interior. But because the furniture was installed in advance, considering that it is too troublesome to move, I had to cut the wooden board into the corresponding shape to make the corners fit perfectly. And because the floors are made of wood, to prevent it from being burned through the fireplace, the bottom also needs to be padded with a layer of heat insulation board. As the construction of wooden houses became more and more perfect, The couple already have a small local reputation. Interviews with the media from time to time. More furniture manufacturers come to them to advertise. This time, the two of them can be considered to stand out. Of course, it's also an affirmation of their work. With this recognition and inspiration, I believe the next two will work harder. In the blink of an eye, another winter. This is the second year that the two have built a house. The wooden house was covered with thick snow. The jungle is full of white. The temperature also dropped to the freezing point. To keep the room warm, he must install the fireplace as soon as possible. The floor was covered with thermal insulation pads before, due to concerns about fire safety. Also put high temperature resistant tiles on the back wall. Only then can the fireplace be installed. At this time, the car outside is humming. The furniture ordered just arrived. Although Lunt's wallet shrank again, but a full set of leather sofas, plus an oversized LCD TV. It makes the interior feel like home at once. The second floor is the couple's bedroom. They didn't choose to install the floor. Instead, the entire carpet was laid directly. It looks and feels very warm. Then Lent immediately brought the mattress. Now they can finally move in with their bags. After the snow outside melts, Lent began installing wall panels on the exterior walls, due to the high snowfall in winter here, and that's for several days in a row. So, he has to get there before the next snowfall. Work hard to finish installing the wall panels. As we approach the due date, the wife also came to the hospital early to stand by. Lent dropped everything in his hands. Concentrate on being by your wife's side every day, trying to calm her nerves. The end result is also happy. The wife successfully gave birth to a little prince. Looking at his wife's pale but smiling face, and that crumpled little life. Let go of all the waiting and nervousness before. Now it's a joke. The wife's eyes have never been so gentle. It turns out that happiness is really like a tide. At some point, it completely drowns people. After returning from the hospital, and for a moment, both of them were delighted to provide better care for his wife and children. Lund also picked up his mother-in-law overnight. At this moment, the look in my wife's eyes can explain everything. The next morning, for the safety of mother and son, Lent installed a guardrail on the terrace for the first time. Since what you buy are finished frames, it didn't take much time to assemble. He then proceeded to panel the exterior. The side room was specially made of different materials. Dark brown wooden tiles. It can contrast well with the main body. Considering that cooking in the kitchen is prone to generating oil fumes, he ray-tiled the back wall. This is not only easy to take care of, it also looks neater and more beautiful. The next day, Lent bought a Christmas tree from the market. Because today happens to be Christmas, this is the second time they have spent the festival here. Compared to the previous family wall, today's cottage adds a lot of warmth. The key is to have new members join. It makes this festival even more meaningful. As a modern young person, in order not to lose touch with society, we have to deal with the internet in the wild. Just install a new chain receiver on the roof. The future of surfing anywhere, anytime, due to the continuous snowfall outside these days. In addition to his daily snow cleaning, they spend most of their time indoors. For the comfort of living in the summer, he decided to reinstall the air conditioner in the cabin. I have to say that this good brother is really righteous. It's snowing so heavily and I'm still helping the two of them. After installing the external unit of the air conditioner, it's not easy to know that good brothers come once. Just help yourself perfect the details of the wooden house, including but not limited to window hemming and drapes for privacy. And considering that the interior of the side room is too empty, Lend is also preparing to tailor a set of cabinets, required to draw drawings within an hour. Fortunately, the overall design is not complicated. There's a lot of plank left. Just splice it together according to the drawings. Brush your favorite color on the picture, assembled with a nail gun. This effect is not much different from buying it. Lent tasted the sweetness. Keep stitching the planks together, and then a gray blue. Finally, just install the cabinet door. It's the multifunctional closet in the bedroom. The two men's wooden house was completed. It took more than 2 years. They have finally achieved their original dream. A global traveler who once pursued the world's scenery. Success is rooted in the land of freedom. After winter has passed, the two embarked on a journey again. This time it's not drifting, but with satisfying happiness and memories. Start a short trip. It is both gentle and gentle to the free time of the past. It is also a happy rush to the next stable life.